That was weird. So my entire neighborhood power went out. I'm gonna give you guys a second to come back in if that was messed up. Sorry about that. Holy crap, I hope everybody gets this. They won't let me go back to the other chat. I don't even know how to do this. So hopefully people get a notification or whatever. Let's probably just let this sit for a second. I don't know. What should I do here? Alright, since I'm here with myself, I guess I'll just recap. The last stream was cut off in the middle sentence because my entire mountaintop, little neighborhood, all the power went out. Not only did all the power go out, but I have UPS backups, for power. Even that didn't help. Like, the internet from the freaking towers went down, the fucking cell phone, so everything just went down. So that's one of the drawbacks of living in the sticks. Okay. Shoot, I feel kind of bad now. So welcome back, whoever's popping in. The entire mountain power went down, so not sure who got in here. I just saw people coming into the chat before and I just fucking cut off on them. I feel so stupid. Alright, so we're gonna be trying to do this as the new thing. If it's a live stream store on the page, the same as regular video files do, I'm gonna probably do this as my main method of upload from now on. So people can ask the questions directly and we can do the thing. If people come back in, I'll keep telling my story. That was really fucked up. Let me just continue my my rants as I left off with people who were paying attention. So maybe that's, let me see. No, okay. So where was I? We were talking about how I did my Tai Chi training. So I guess I'll do the recap. About 1995, I started training with one of, there was a service outage. Okay, thanks Spectrum, I heard that. Okay, so 1995 is when I started training Tai Chi. I did Yang Style Tai Chi, was one of William C.C. Chen's certified instructor, did that for a year. I did it only for fighting, okay? Like I said, the guy punched me in the chest with a phone book on it. I thought my back was gonna explode. So my idea of Tai Chi boxing was Tai Chi boxing. There was no such thing as push hands. It was just hitting people as hard as you can with malice, okay? It was just hitting people. That's all Tai Chi was, okay? And I was already, between red and black belt, I was already competing. I've been in a lot of fights. I was a badass. So what he showed me had to be something enough for someone with his whole life fighting, living in the hood. Like, he hit me, I was like, oh shit, that's some legit shit, I want to know that. So that's why I got into Tai Chi. Fast forward, I started training from a place, and again, I'm repeating the story from the last stream that got disconnected, okay? I started training at Mind and Body Something Center. I was renting out school for my karate class. I was a sparring coach for a karate class there, and Avi Schneider from Patience Tai Chi was my second Tai Chi teacher. I took about between 12 and 20 lessons with the guy, and that's why I learned about push hands and William C. Chen's form. Fast forward to whenever YouTube started between 2004 and 2007, we can't figure it out. I saw the masters doing the fucking fake woo-woo Tai Chi shit. I'm like, that doesn't make no fucking sense. I gotta figure it out. So I had all my students abuse the hell out of me, and, well, the other way around. And I figured out as much as I could from the video how they were doing these tricks and what was real and what was fake, okay? After that, I just started going and walking the corridor. And there's this guy, I forgot his name, I'm so sorry. My memory is shot from so much. But his name was Uncle Something. And he used to have a series called Walk in the Corridor. And that's exactly what I was doing at the time. And it incentivized me to keep doing that. So I kept doing that. And from that moment, from just my martial arts experience, I just kept running around in circles and doing all that stuff, okay? Someone was asking, I'm trying to remember the comments that they flashed before we got cut off. If anybody was here last, that jumped back in, please repeat the questions because, there was a power outage and I'm a little lost, so I'm trying to do a recap as best I can. So that's where they asked me what my training is. From that, I've trained in, every Tai Chi system that there is, I guess you could say. And what happened was I started doing real research because, the fake Fajin people, I wanted to decode and say, okay, what's fake and what's real? What are we actually able to do? And I started reading the history and the real history and seeing how much Tai Chi there was. Because I only knew William Chen's Tai Chi. I didn't know anything about anything else at that time. This is 20 years ago. One of the questions was, do martial arts take the conscious? Oh, we did answer that one. That was it. I answered that question. The question that I missed was after I started going from, I think it was Eat Bitter. Yeah, I think it was Eat Bitter that had mentioned what karate style I was doing. Yeah, so I answered that question. So where was I? So I wanted to get to the point because I know there's a lot of these Reddit trolls and a lot of people who don't know who the fuck I am and how I got. Okay, cool. Yeah, take your time. I'm hanging out, and it's no big deal. I mean, if they come back in, they can ask the question again. You know, and you know, if you guys like this format, I'll keep doing this. So what I wanted to do was one, I wanted to live up to Invincible Young, okay, and I would go into the parks and I would take any challenge of any kind, and you know, I was the guy that when you're in like Columbus Park and some random drunk guy or some big dude who wants to box and they're like, no. I'm like, yes. Okay? I was that guy. I didn't give a fuck who you were. You want to test me? Let's go. And I got to look, I knew at that point, and it's not arrogance, it was confidence. From people underestimating the fact that this was my job. So sparring people and good people was like normal to me. And I'm not afraid to get fucking hit. But I look, how you doing? I look like a little douchebag. So people underestimate me sleep. But my goal was to prove that when you have a good enough technique, you can take anybody and handle them without hurting them unless you really wanted to or have to. You know? And you know, at that point in my proofing, and there's not many people I had to really hurt, but there's some people I smacked around in front of people. But what my goal was at that point was I said, wait a second, Tai Chi was stolen, okay? Chen stole it from the Wu stole it from the Shaolin created from who the hell knows what, we don't fucking know anymore. So I was like, well, if they stole it, and it's originally a stolen art, then I'm gonna steal it too. But I'm gonna steal it better than any motherfucker that ever lived. That was my goal. And luckily for me, because I am that respectful Buddhist monk guy, but I am also that gangster fuck who doesn't give a shit about anybody. And they're all in one package. So the old masters respected me and they brought me into circles and they would share with me. And in the Chinese communities, there's grudges from the villages in China. So if you go to a park in Chinatown, for instance, you'll see that the groups of people practicing in the park, they're friendly with each other, but there's still this unspoken, even though we're all Chinese, like, this Cantonese, Taiwanese, fucking people, Hakka people, like they're Chinese, but they're not the same, and they keep a little separate, So I, being an outsider, befriended them all and would get techniques from everybody. And so what I started to do was say, wait a second, William Chen changed his master's form. Chen Man Ching changed his master's form. And I legitimately have triple the amount of experience in martial arts than either of them. And this seems to be disrespectful. I mean, if you look at the way I trained as a kid, you combine both of them, it's not even half of what I trained. So who the fuck are they that they can change a form and I can't? So I took William Chen's form and I made that the platform, and every single master I took, oh, that's cool. Or somebody who I played push hands and he'd get me in a position or something I thought was interesting, or I say, oh, that's a good one. Do that again. And okay, do it again. And I'd steal it. Sometimes I wouldn't tell them, but I would go to the groups in the meeting, and people will tell you from the meeting, I'm here to steal from you. I am stealing. And I said, don't say that. I'm like, why not? That's what I'm doing. I would tell them to their face, I'm stealing from you. Okay? So every single person who I've ever played against, who I've ever touched hands with, or ever seen, is my Tai Chi teacher. And it's in my form. So my form is a bastard form, it is my form. I do not claim it to be somebody else's. I do have legitimate roots with legitimate lineage, but I do not represent them. I represent my own lineage, my own system. This is what I do. This is my way of doing it. Okay? I do not claim to be like a representative. I would hope that William Chen, seeing how I apply his principles and adapt it to my thing, would be honored by it. It's just, I just don't want people to say that, like, I was purposely trying to say I'm representing him because I'm not a direct lineage. I modified it to a point where it's completely different. Right? There's still elements of William Chen and Chen Man Cheng and other stuff, but it's not the same style anymore. So, and I do, it's a respect thing. I'm not saying out of disrespect. It's just that I come off as a hard because I'm from Brooklyn. Okay, so get the right idea. I don't want people to get the wrong idea. So that was my my training experience. And I just Chen style, Wu style, fucking Mantis Tai Chi. Like, I don't give a fuck what it was. If there was something useful, I'd take it and put it in the book. And if I felt that it was broken, I ignored it. And that's why when you see me play my form, I have 3 versions of my form that I use. Okay, and then there's small, middle, large frame of those 3 versions of the form. So that's my experience. Okay, I think he had asked what style of karate did I do. So the first Japanese style I did was a little kid, a couple lessons, was some kind of Shotokan shit. I don't even remember the name of it. It was there was American kickboxing and some kind of like, American karate shit. I don't fucking know. I was too young to remember. But in the 80s, we were still like, I was hitting each other. We were hitting each other, full contact with gloves and feet gear on. So, yeah. Gotta head to the office. Thanks for taking the time. Oh, no, you're welcome to. No, man, I'm glad that you got to hear it, and I hope I answered your questions, guys. I'm gonna be moving soon. Anytime anybody, I don't care who it is, if you have any questions, you want me to put up a topic, just answer in the comments, or you can email me at expertmovement@gmail.com. Sam, say hi to Chris for me, and I hope you have a good day. Thanks for stopping by. Any more questions, you know how to find me, brother. I'm always here. Not a big deal. So be safe. Where the hell was I? What was I saying? Probably something not important, but whatever. Or what karate system was I doing? So then I did. Okay, you did, and it's so helpful of a newbie to hear it. I was confused about white people. Okay, I'm glad I helped, brother. So. My karate training, I did Aki Elmu Jiu-Jitsu, the BLC. That was on and off for a year or two. And then I would take random karate classes here and there at my friend's school. And then I met my master who came, he was American Army who went to Korea during Vietnam and got transferred to the ROK Capital Division with some kind of joint thing where they were doing. It was very similar to Chuck Norris in the Air Force. But my teacher was in the Army, and he's actually doing shit, not sitting in a fucking air-conditioned tent. So, fuck the Air Force. But, yeah, it's a little different to train. I saw the 8mm films. His teacher was Sergeant Lee Jin Ho with the RRK Capital. You can look that up. It's still out there. So, what became the Korean Tiger demo team, these pussies who do backflips and break like little baby boards, that came from the military style. So that's what I did. And that's my main system. So I hope that answers that question. So that's probably why I come off as so militant, because that's all I ever knew. Like when I go into training mode, it's just like, it's military. You know what I mean? Like, I grew up being trained by Korean Special Forces, Navy SEALs, like FBI, ATF guys, like, and these are goons, and they thought it was fun to bring me up hard and beat up, Thank you for sharing your knowledge. You're teach Tai Chi online. Yes, I'm thinking about it. My original, okay, here's the deal. Expertmovement.com. Originally, what I was trying to do is create, and I had it to the very end, where I even had the app in the App Store. And life happens, guys. My partner got really sick with a liver problem, so he had to be dismissed. And then my wife got sick really badly. My teacher was dying. I was working as a bodyguard during a federal indictment. It was just a fucking shit show. And it was really difficult. So I put the project on hold. And I'm actually locked out of the administrator right now because I forgot the password. I just don't have the time to go into GoDaddy and deal with that. But I'm actually considering, because I'm looking at the community of Tai Chi, and I'm not sure who really cares. Like, when I was doing this, I figured people would understand, what I was trying to accomplish by studying all the styles and putting them to a kind of like the Hendrik Santo guy. I was trying to do what he was doing in Tai Chi, but with somebody who actually threw a fucking punch. Okay? That was my goal, you know? I would like to. I'm not really sure where it would go because I'd be competing with the likes of like the Adam Minzers and these fucking other guys who I despise. And it's not because I don't think his technique is legitimate. I hate the marketing aspect. I hate the fact that he allows he's disgraced Buddhism and disgraced the Tai Chi philosophy by romanticizing the concepts of Chi when it's talking about kinetic force and transferring of force, elastic collision. What's the guy's name? He's in Thailand, big guy, kind of bald head. He does Wing Chun Tai Chi. He's really good. He's another one that goes too spiritual, but he doesn't do the bullshit where he's like, no, this is the spiritual path, this is the physical path, and so I like that guy. Yes, Mark Ramos. That guy's really fucking good. You know, I think he's a little off on the science of understanding how fascia works, but he is correct of using it as a descriptive of what he's feeling. I disagree with him on the way fascia operates in reality. I think his use of the word fascia is a great description of his application, but it's not a scientific explanation that can be ratified. That's my opinion, okay? Everything else he does, I think this guy's a fucking great teacher, from what I've seen. Like a great teacher, you know what I mean? Like, real good. And I like the fact that he takes the spirituality and doesn't try to make Tai Chi this fucking, the spiritual. No, the spiritual path is a different thing. I'm a Buddhist, okay? I was trained to be a Buddhist monk. I did the whole fucking thing. I know the deal, okay? The spiritual path is separate from the physical martial path. It's a separate thing. That's why I appreciate what he does. But I'd be competing with this boys club. Maybe you're right, and that's why I feel obligated, you know? But part of me also does feel, I don't feel as if I'm, it's a conundrum because I don't feel I can properly represent Tai Chi because I don't have the direct lineage that people are expecting. I don't play the fake whatever, and I don't think people want to hear that. I'm not sure how to market it and how to present it in a packaged way. Like, should I systemize it? Should I codify it? Do I really want to teach people anymore? Because people are fucking immoral assholes and don't really give a fuck anymore. I don't even like people anymore. I don't know where to go with it, but I feel obligated because the gods have put me in this position where I've accumulated this knowledge for a reason, and I must have to do something with it. So that's why I keep doing the videos. I feel like if I was to fucking die today, so much information would be lost, that I think would be useful to some people. It's just who do I market it to, and how do I package it, make it sustainable, and make it something that can be useful when it would have to be the community that comes to me to ask for it. I can't be shoveling it down people's fucking throat. You know what I mean? Like, I have to fucking deal with the fucking trolls and the other idiots and all this bullshit, It's too much. You get what I'm saying? So for me to figure out who to market to and what method to market it, I would need to see people show interest enough for me to stop my life and gear it towards doing it. And there's plenty of people, like, I used to say, before the Koof lockdown, things were different. Now, with my network on Facebook being wiped out and getting screwed up by censorship, it's very difficult for me to figure out what road to go in. And a few people have approached me to do seminars, but it's difficult because I'm going to shake up a lot of things. The only people that I would honestly say that I could work with, that I feel I can respect. Well, don't do this now. The only people I can do that I can respect, Richard Clear, for instance. Richard Clear's on the level, okay? Richard Clear, if anybody should be fucking, he's already been doing it and he has a legit lineage. I mean, I think I have an aspect, I know I have aspects that he doesn't have that are completely different. You know what I mean? But as a Tai Chi purist teaching the martial arts, I have to give it to him. There's without question. without question. Like I can't compare on what he's doing. Okay, like if you really want to know like historically and a proper lineage, go to Richard Clear. That's my opinion. Okay, but I really would like to do that, but I have to do it in a way that's not going to be competing with people, because to create a community of people who have similar ideals, right? Who want to bring that out in Tai Chi. But now I'm going to have to also fight off every fake motherfucker on the world for me to become, YouTube famous. Because I'm going to have to go and basically call out Adam Mindner as a fucking bitch. And I'm going to have to call out all these guys who are teaching this fucking Tai Chi bullshit as bitches. You know what I mean? I'm going to have to say it, because it's going to be when I do my stuff, there's going to be a direct opposition. I'm teaching you how to knock a motherfucker out. I'm not here to teach you Tai Chi for fucking playing games. I'm teaching you how to blast a motherfucker in the face. Okay? When I teach push hands, I teach push hands for destroying people. I don't care about your fucking fancy spiritual bullshit. So my existence is in complete diametrical opposition to everything he does. Now, I'm not saying that Adam Miller's technique is bad. His technique is standard Yang style technique. He does his shit. I think his marketing he's misleading people and creating a fucking adult daycare camps. I want to see. I saw a little clip of a video of him having famous UFC fighters, and he's telling them to chi. Come on, man, you're making us look like fucking idiots. Fuck. So in order for me to get to that level, I'm gonna have to basically, just by my presence, it's if I'm right, then you're wrong. So that's a very difficult tightrope to walk. And I'm getting old. I don't even care. Like I don't have the ego. That's why I started here. I don't care to fight to win, to prove I'm better than them. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like that's why I don't have the incentive to go and be like, oh, I'm better than you. There is a right and wrong for application and stuff. Dude, that's not gonna fly. These seminars to steal money from people, to maybe you have 5 students that you use. I don't like I don't like it. It doesn't feel good to me. But it irks my soul. But if you guys have any ideas, listen. I need to crowdsource my future to you guys. You guys decide what I should do with this stuff. I mean, I'm open to flying around doing seminars. I'm open to starting an online course. I don't want to do a Patreon paid thing. I'd rather do the honor system with the donations. Listen, I put up 100 fucking videos. If you find it helpful, the donation links are there. You can, it's honor system, okay? If you want to fucking pay, put whatever you can. You have $100, you have $5, you have $0, fine. If you have no money and you like the stuff, share it with your friends and get me some subscribers so we can get help. It's a community thing. If you guys want it, you guys think what I'm doing is useful to the community, you let me know. And like I said, I'll be here for you as I feel obligated. Whoever the fucking God put me here. Let me answer some questions. Sorry. Your opinion on Tai Chi is exactly okay. North Manchester Goshin Kempo Jutsu. Were you taught the short strike method in Tai Chi, or hold on? Were you taught the short strike in Tai Chi, or rip the head off method? Something you always did. Let me reread that. Were you taught the short strike method in Tai Chi, or is... Why is it so hard to do, YouTube? Make it easier. Or is the step in and rip the head off method something you always did? Okay. I had my first cage fight on Belmont Avenue between Autumn and Lincoln in Eastern New York. My grandmother's house, they don't have it no more, but there used to be the awning, and then it would be metal bars, and I'm talking about and my family, it's they had me cockfighting, bare knuckle boxing. I was between 4 and 6 years old. So, we grew up rough, so I was always into that. If I'm gonna hit somebody, I'm gonna hit you as hard as I fucking can. But then I went to the Aki Jiu-Jitsu, Sion Smiley, and he was raw dog, bro. The Waza, ripping, fucking people up. So my mentality of karate was from Japanese samurai shit, where the sword and the shield, we're cutting people down, bro. And then I started doing classical Korean karate, from Wan Kuk Lee and Lee Jin Ho, and that was basically Funakoshi Shotokan that was corrected and brought back to its original form, Northern Leg Southern Fist. And that was the superpower era of Taekwondo. That these modern Taekwondo, they talk about the power era, this IKF bullshit. Go back to who taught Jun Ri. Okay? Who taught all those guys? That's the era that I learned. And it was all maim, kill, destroy. Maim, kill, destroy. That was it. Murder, death, kill. It was choose violence. Because your life, my master said, you train 5,000 hours for an event that happens in 3 seconds. And you only get one shot. So when we train every punch is, he has to either be maimed for life or dead. There's no in between. Okay? If I touch you with the intent to hurt you, you're not getting a second shot. I'm going to be honest with you, I've not hit somebody more than once in a street fight in 20 years. And I'm not saying that to be like, like people, when you hit somebody that hard, they go down. Okay? They go down. So that was my mentality. And then Tai Chi was introduced to me with the hollow fist. He punched me in my chest. My first introduction to Tai Chi was getting punched in the chest. There was no push hands, and it hurt. There was a phone book, and he hit me, and my back exploded. And I'm like, dude. So that instinct from the beginning of my Tai Chi training, Tai Chi was for hurting people. Tai Chi was not a spiritual practice. Tai Chi was murder, death, kill. Okay? But it was fancy murder, death, kill. That's what it was to me. I want to make sure I'm answering the question right, because I can just run my mouth whatever. I'm sorry. What are your what are your opinion on lineage today? Today it seems like Tai Chi is an arms race to the so-called Yang Shao Ho lineage as a real deal. You have to have applying for Tai Chi was putting Yang Shao Yamaho. I agree. Okay, this is tricky. Yang Chen Fu technique was modified for his body type and his usage. So he was very effective, and a lot of the stories I used to be able to read are gone. Like how he, the last challenge match that he had where, there was an argument if he died from eating like raw pork or some shit, or from a challenge match that he had with a master and they both hit each other and he wound up dying from some Din Mak shit. Who the fuck knows? But it's obvious that his style worked because it wouldn't have been propagated if it had no usefulness. And we can see that application works. But if you want to see true to martial, just fucking nasty, the Yang Shao lineage is the truth. The problem is that, like this Hendrik Santo guy, a lot of these guys talk, and they have no intention of using it. They don't train to use it. Okay? And they get pigeonholed into their own systems. Who is God, how do you say his name? The guy from Australia. He was really good at that system, okay? However, he got locked, his mind was locked into that system, and he would, disrespect karate, because he didn't understand them. Okay? So I think the arms race thing comes down from the zealotness. From being overzealous, from being religious about the arts and, tribalism. So I think that's just human nature, and that's part of the thing I want to get away from. I stole techniques from that lineage. I stole techniques from Yang Chen. Yes, Arian Montague. He was very good at that system, very good. So I respected his what he's done. His son's very good. But you can tell that the father had some practical street experience, but the son really doesn't. Would thank God, that the kid doesn't, that the son doesn't have to deal with that. You know what I mean? Like, in one hand, I always feel like you motherfuckers had it so easy. But the other hand, I feel blessed that you guys had it easy. I don't want people to live my life. I say this, like, I've seen shit, like, I don't know people who've done tours in Iraq and shit who don't have the experience of seeing as much evil as I have in my life. So, part of my ego says, you little fucks are so weak, but then the other part of me is like, I'm so glad you guys haven't had to experience that shit. So, that's what it is. What was this question? Sorry. I'm new at this live here, so You live in East New York area. What else do you do for? Okay, I grew up in East New York. So in the 80s, my grandma lived in East New York. My mother lived in Ozone Park. I was mostly in East New York most of the time. I lived in Newark for a short time, and then I spent most of my other time in Brownsville, Canarsie, Flatbush. I eventually moved towards, like, as I got older and started making my own money and doing well, I moved to Astoria. I moved to Sheepshead Bay, to like the nicer, working class area, which is not great, but it's Brooklyn. But it was still better than being in the hood, being in the projects. But now during the lockdown, so fuck it, I'll take it. I got into remote viewing and like psychic shit. Okay, my training with the Buddhist monk stuff, made me a little strange, and I predicted the lockdown to the day on my Facebook page. People who remember will tell you. So I ran. I was told to run by my spirit guides, and I fucking ran. And I'm now living in North Carolina. And I'm living on a mountain. I've been in hermit mode for 3 years. I've literally been living the Taoist monk life off of the money I saved up working my ass off. I'm almost out of it. So, if it wasn't for that, I would have been fucked. Because it's been a real rough 3 years. But I've been pretty much in complete isolation for 3 years, doing nothing but, reading and meditating. Which is kind of a strange thing. But I'm never going back to Nick. I'm going to avoid it. How do we get the chat to come back up? How does this work? Okay, there it goes. My Tai Chi instructor was from Earl Montague's lineage. Okay, cool. Yeah, so they were pretty good. My only thing about that lineage is that I don't like that they dismiss the magic fa jing bouncy stuff because it's a useful skill. The problem is that the same way they dismiss the bouncy push hand stuff, the bouncy push hands people dismiss the fucking practical Tai Chi striking stuff that he's teaching. But they're both the same style. So you're both incomplete. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to jellify that and bring it back to a unifying factor where I can perform the magic fa jing stuff, but I can also rip your fucking throat out. And they're one system. So that was my goal. On YouTube. Eli's a good man, the son, but he does suffer from his father's ego. Let me make sure I'm answering the questions in order. Come on, chat. All message visible. Okay, there we go. That's how you do it. Okay. I'm going to say this. People mistake confidence, and sometimes just playing a role as being egotistical. When I was a kid, I had no self-esteem, okay? I was seriously abused by my parents, okay? I was abused by society. Nothing I ever did was good enough, and I didn't have any self-confidence. An example is like I went to school for music, okay? I taught myself how to play guitar. My friend of mine, I was in this little rock band. I didn't know how to play guitar. And like, I'll just join anyway. So I joined the band, and I bought a $100 guitar from a yard sale, and I learned like Metallica and like whatever the 90s songs, like Green Day, whatever the fuck it was, on the radio shit. I learned a couple of power chord songs. So my bass player gets killed in a car chase by the cops. And the gentleman comes up to me a month or two later and says, listen, I'm going to go to college for music. Why don't you call me? I'm like, music school? I'm broke as fuck. I have no family. I've never taken a lesson in my life. I can't read music. And you want me to apply to a college to get into a music? Like, are you out of your fucking mind? And he says to me, well, you have 7 months. Just try it. What's supposed to happen? You fail? And I'm like, I thought about it. And I went to my karate teacher and I asked him, because he's like my father, and I asked him, what do you think? And he says to me, if you could survive my training, it's the hardest thing you'll ever do in your life. This is nothing. So, me at 17 years old, I'm like, okay. So I went to this music store on Rockaway Parkway and near Seaview, Avenue N, called Royal Music. It's probably still there. And I bought 3 books, which I probably still have in my closet. The Heavy Guitar Bible, Al Di Meola's Scales and Arpeggios, and Mel Bay Method 1 reading. I sat in that house for 8 hours a day in the basement, 8 hours a day. And I went through everyone's exercise books, and I went into that college, and I got into the school with a partial scholarship. And my family didn't give a fuck. Okay, they wanted me dead. Like, oh fuck you, work at McDonald's. Okay, I had no self-confidence. Fast forward, you know, I was known for being like super good musician. Now, it never hit my head that I was that good. Okay, and then I had really low self-esteem, and which probably helped me be an overachiever. Who knows? But I remember being in the studio one day, and people saying that I was egotistical and I was like stuck up, and I was like, it really hurt because I'm like, I'm like the most compassionate, like give everybody all my shit. All I did was mind my business and just do my job, and that made me like seem like I was this arrogant person. Why am I bringing this up? I don't know Eli personally, right? But I know what it's like to have to be put into a role where you have to put on your mask, and you have to put on your teacher mask, and it's a performance in a sense, and you never know what's in the heart of the person. You know, is it that he's really egotistical, or is it that he's trying to fulfill giant shoes and he's playing the role in the method acting that he believes is the correct way? So, I mean, to lose your father, who's a big name in his own right, and then have to fulfill his legacy, that's a big fucking chunk of shit to eat, man. So, I don't know him enough, but I'm just gonna give him the benefit of the doubt from my experience and say it may just be that he has to fulfill this role, you know? So, I think we all go through it at some point. I was pretty I was never arrogant, you know, in that way until my 30s. That I was an asshole. Like, I was a tough guy asshole, but I wasn't like boastful about like I'm the best, this. Even when I knew I'd kick somebody's ass, I get like how I'm talking to you guys, I don't act like this. I get the exact opposite. I'm very charming, very quiet, and very humble. This is why the people who know me from the Tai Chi community is like, why is he acting like such an asshole on his internet? He's not like that in real life. You know? Because I know how to be respectful, because I feel that respect when I'm with them. You know? But I think that it's a mistake to think it's arrogance to say that you know you're good at something, or like I've had people who I said, listen, I'm gonna fuck you up and there's nothing you can do about it. Oh, you're arrogant. No, this is reality, dude. You're playing in a game in a room. You're not ready to fucking handle this shit. All right? You think you're fucking competition, fucking push hands, meet up bullshit. I will tear your fucking head off your shoulders, bro. Okay? Like, and it's not arrogance. I'm warning you. So, is it arrogance? It's like, no, 2 + 2 is 4. Okay? You've been sitting there in your silk fucking pajamas on your little fucking Tai Chi pads playing push hands, and I've been fucking hitting solid objects for 30 years. Do you want to play this game with me? It's not arrogance. It's not arrogance. So that's why I'm very careful with these words. You know, I come off arrogant, but it's just my attitude from being from Brooklyn. I don't really consider myself, you know, better than people in that way, but I'm starting to now in my old age, because the standards of living are so fucking low, and the shit that people get away with is so fucking ridiculous. Like these Wing Chun guys and these Tai Chi guys and let's look at all the fucking big YouTube channels. The bald douchebag I did a video about, what's his fucking name? God damn it. The guy I made the fucking video about with the fucking, he's at it again with the Tai Chi and the Taekwondo guy. Ramsey Dewey! Okay? Fakery. That fucking guy. The Heart to Hurt channel. Like, this is like, it's like fucking adult daycare, like reading rainbow shit. It's like the derogatory to the tradition of warriors. It's like, there's no fucking, you guys, and your technique is shit. And then the expert levels of technique are shit. It just, ugh. It hurts my head, guys. It hurts my soul. Oh, man. do I make this stay up? Okay. Well, if you guys like this format, this will be a lot easier for me to do than making a video and uploading a fucking video. It's just, oh god, I'd rather not do that anymore. So, yeah, I'm the exact opposite, bro. I'm fucking hitting 50. I'm like, fuck everybody, let's fight, bro. I'm like, let's go. No. I'm only joking. I'm only joking. I've always been I've always been a pacifist, okay? And what that means is I am capable of extreme violence, but I choose not to choose violence. That's a pacifist. These people say that pacifists are fucking pussies. They're pussies. I'm sorry. I don't see these guys ever in their history. Listen, people can talk about this shit. There's hundreds of people from New York who will tell you that I've already done this. I already tested my shit. I'm fucking old already. And even now, in my old broken ass, I still bring people up like, you want to come down and test me? Come! Alright? And if you beat me up, you beat the fucking has-been. Congratulations. But, that wasn't my, I always wanted to live and let live, but then there is that line in me that can be brought out sometimes. I try to hide the line as best as I could. But to everybody who's gonna watch this shit later, some people say I have a duty to teach. I do feel obligated to teach, but I'm only gonna be obligated if there's a community who's gonna adapt to it, who's gonna support it, who wants it. I need other teachers who want me to come in and do seminars and work with them, alongside with them, to build their schools, okay? To collectively build each other up. You know what I mean? So I'm looking for people with similar, understandings who want to work together and do seminars where I can teach, some of my stuff and you teach your stuff, and it's not a competition. We're both on the same fucking path, trying to clean up the concept of martial arts. Isn't that who's the best? We're talking about reality. It's like you don't have to be the best fighter, but let's be real. Classical karate, if you understand fucking basic anatomy, it works. A reverse punch to the fucking face of your face is gonna stop a fight. Hitting someone in the throat is gonna stop a fight. Kicking someone in the balls is gonna stop a fight, okay? And then people say, karate doesn't work. Karate doesn't work because you're a fucking moron. You're a fucking moron. There's 12 techniques. How fucking hard is it for you guys to fucking figure out how to work it? Get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? So, what I'm looking for, and I'm gonna crowdsource this, you guys help me help you. How can I help the community with the knowledge that I have? And how should I be presenting it so that it's helpful to you and that can also be spread out properly? I actually had asked Richard Clear if he would be interested in managing some of my production stuff. And he had said that it would be too much for him to deal with his school. Richard Clear's awesome fucking people. And, in the future, if I can wind up, doing something with Richard Clear, I would love to, because I've already worked with him. I got to play with him once. Richard Clear's super cool people. He trains my friends, my boy Harry and some other people. So I love what they do, and he was one of the few people who I saw a student and I tested his student afterwards. I could feel the improvement and can see what he was showing, and I can see the progress and the lineage progress. I understood it. So I would definitely want to work with Richard Clear. He's amazing, and I think it would be great because we don't teach the same stuff. We're in the same outcome goal, but my applications and my background are so different that it's not a clash. So people like that are who I want to work with, okay? Or people from schools who have been teaching watered down Park Tai Chi, who are open-minded enough, who want to see, let's hear what this guy has to say and how can we apply this to our systems. So people like that who like me come down and do a seminar. Or martial arts schools, if you want to see like other modalities, if you want to see how, just for fun, or just for like an extra thing, just so you want to get acclimated to it. I'm open to anything, but I'm telling you guys right now, you fake Tai Chi people, if you step to me, I'm gonna fuck you up. So the days of this talking shit are over, okay? There's not gonna be any more, this little talk that. I'm not playing, okay? I'm not here to fucking go and prove myself in the UFC. I'm too old for that shit. I did it. Now let's talk about real life, okay? And any Tai Chi guys who keep talking shit, step up or shut your mouth. Okay? I'm challenging all of you. Every one of you. I don't give a fuck. And while I'm still young enough to walk, if you think your bullshit magic Tai Chi is going to stop me, step up. And you can put this on Facebook, put it anywhere you want. Okay? It has to stop. Health Tai Chi is okay. Sport Tai Chi is okay. Telling people that health Tai Chi or sport Tai Chi is combat effective and street ready, you need to get your ass whooped. Okay? So that's my point on that. If any of you guys have any suggestions for me of how I should do that, I'm open. I know I come off like kind of an asshole, but I'm actually a really chill dude. I'm easy to work with, and when I'm in public, I'm more presentable. But when I'm going to talk to my people for real, I talk to you honestly. So that's it. So I think I'm going to wrap this up because I'm going to be moving soon, so I have to actually go to South Carolina right now. The last lockdown made me a mess of me. I put on 2 stone and drank too much. I saw your rant on BBJ and eye poking and biting. It was so good to hear. I'm glad. Listen, it happened to me. You know, I use the excuse because you can see my videos from the lockdown on. I tried to keep myself going, but I use the excuse. I'm like, listen, I'm old. It's not needed anymore. Nobody needs my teaching anymore. I'm stocking up guns, and I'm getting ready to do damage on people because I'm thinking the end of the world's coming. I'm not thinking about opening karate school anymore. So, that's why my content changed. If you notice, my content changed drastically since the lockdown because it's like I'm not going to play the make-believe. And I make-believe because I am that nice guy. When I teach people who know me, I really am that very cordial, respectful person. But we're in a time now where I couldn't allow that. Like people they have to bring the warrior lion out. And I had to start being real with people and my shadow side is a part of me. And people need to learn to deal with that monster and to bring that monster out to survive. So that was why I started to let people see my entire self, and it shocked a lot of people. But for the reason, thank you for saying that. I'm very humble. I appreciate that it helped you because that's why I did it. People need, I hate to say that I have to be this leader, but I don't feel there's anybody else left to do it, I almost felt like somebody commented that I'm like the American Chen Zhaohua. I'm like, I don't think I can accept that responsibility or that level of compliment, but as the weeks and months have gone by, I'm like, holy shit, I might have to. I might actually have to become the American Chen Zhaohua guy, And I'm not trying to say that I'm on the level of the guy who has a direct lineage, but in modern times, you need modern solutions, guys. I don't know. But I think that with all of my training modalities and all my experience between, fitness and boxing and martial arts, I think it would be very helpful to most people. And I would be more than willing to get back into training professionally again, teaching professionally again. It's just with the lockdown, my mind wasn't even thinking that. I haven't even looked at my website. And the community sucks. There's just so many fake fucking people and so many assholes that are just, I don't even know how to fit myself in. And the few people like Richard Clear, for instance, they're few and far between. And it's very difficult to position yourself in a way where you're a supporter and an ally. Because, and not to the eyes of him, because, we have a good relationship. I'm on very friendly terms with him. I don't think it's the other people who are watching from the outside who are going to create those illusions and these little fucking things. And that's the problem with trying to create a community now. Trying to find people who are on the level, who have similar goals. If I was to make a Tai Chi association and codify martial arts, how would I do that? So you were going to open a karate. Yes, pre-lockdown, my original plan was to come to North Carolina, and I was going to open a school, and I was going to record a metal album, go to Nashville, Tennessee to work in the music industry, and to open a gym here or near Nashville because Richard Clear is there, I have friends there. So I figured that would be my thing. fitness, martial arts, and then I would have my music stuff on the side. That was my original goal. Lockdown happened. I even had investors, you know, my old clients who were going to invest into me to open the school. But with the lockdown and the regulations, it's not an option anymore. I as a single individual with no family, I have nobody. I can't afford to invest into a business, and if it fails, I'm fucked. I am fucked. I have nothing to fall back on. Okay? It's just me. Like, I'm literally just me by myself. So it was not an option. Like, I have friends in business associations, but like, you know what I mean? Like, guys, you know, in his 40s, going towards his 50s, nobody wants to fucking, you know, no one gives a fuck, you know? So that's my plan. So anyway, I do have to start getting going, but if you guys like this format, and I'm gonna check to see how it stores. If it stores like regular videos, I'm probably just gonna do this. This way, as I'm doing the lesson, you guys can ask the questions and do corrections, and we can be more personalized. So yeah, put the word out. Tell the boys that I'll be around doing live streams. Questions, comments, accusations, always in the comments. Welcome. If you want to donate, it's Cash App. It's Tau888 and Guiding Our Divinity for PayPal. So it'd be PayPal/me/whatever it is. You guys have to find that stuff. I don't really care. But that's the deal. So if you guys want to help out building a community, or you guys want me to come out and do some sessions or some seminars, or if I really don't know what to do. You know, I'm just as lost as you guys. I'm just as lost as you guys. So I appreciate everybody who's been supporting through all this stuff with the YouTube fucking me and Facebook fucking me and the fake Tai Chi this and the other guys that and the Reddit trolls this. I love you guys. I appreciate you. I got your back. Anything I can do to help you guys, let me know. Always the questions, comments, whatever, just the comments are open. Any kind of questions, whatever it is, just put in the comment and I'll always answer them. Adam, whatever, why has real Tai Chi vanished? And with a true master, how long does it take to become proficient fighter using the real stuff? Yeah, go back to I did the live stream today. There's some answers for you. Proficiency with a real teacher. If you're training an hour a day every single day and you're training with your teacher at least twice a week for 2 hours minimum, it should take you a year and a half to 2.5 years to become proficient, where your motor memory responses, if a random guy in the street goes to touch you, that's your response. So I don't care what system it is, a year and a half, you better be able to fight. I'm not talking about fighting a UFC guy, okay? You guys are retarded. You're not gonna go and compare yourself to the fucking 5% of the 5% of the world's athletes. That's stupid, okay? These guys are the tip of the top of the world. We're talking about average people, okay? Average guy goes to the gym, wants to rob you. You should be able to handle that motherfucker for a year and a half of training. If you have a year and a half of training and some drunk jerk-off trying to hurt you, you better be able to handle it. I don't care if it's Tai Chi or boxing, whatever the fuck it is. You give a teacher a year and a half, and a year and a half, you're weak as shit and you're just getting slapped around, stop. Just stop. That's that. Okay? One more question here. What is it? I hate this. I try to find out the chat. My phone's about to die. You have Facebook group for your okay, so I was banned on Facebook the day before the election because of my political talk show live stream. That's what I'm assuming. It was some kind of retaliation. I'm not a Democrat or Republican. I just, comment on what I see, and they didn't like that much. So me and 500 people were hardware banned. They were shitting on me for a long time. I just told the truth too much. So people have made fake accounts of me. I am not on Facebook. Okay? I am not on Facebook. You will not see me on Facebook. So, no, I don't use Facebook. However, if you guys want to share my stuff to Facebook, and people from the Facebook groups would like to interact with me, you can interact with me here. Just email me or put a comment. Any of the videos, comment. If I don't respond, it's because YouTube is doing something shady, okay? But I respond to every comment I can find. It even takes me a little bit of time, okay? So, yeah, thanks guys. I appreciate you. I hope the first live stream was helpful for you guys. If you guys can get me some more subscribers, I think they give me more features. I don't fucking know. I don't know. But yeah, that's the deal. So I appreciate you guys. Thanks for the support. And I'll see you guys soon. No, thank you guys, man. Later.